6, because 5 home defeats in a row at Anfield wasn't enough for Liverpool. 6 home defeats in a row, though, for the team that won the league last season. I know we've got injuries, but this just isn't good enough. To say it isn't good enough is an understatement. It's absolutely awful. And, Jurgen tried to change some things today. I felt he made too many changes, whether that's because we got the Champions League in midweek and that's his priority now, as top 4 is not looking likely for Liverpool anymore. Not at all likely. In fact, at the moment, Europa League's not looking likely, because if Tottenham and Villa, the 2 teams below us, win their games in hand on us, we're in 9th. As far as my knowledge goes, there's only been 2 teams in Premier League history that have finished below 9th after winning the league, and that's Chelsea in 2016. They finished 10th, and I think Leicester in 2017 finished in the bottom half of the table. I think it was 12th. But obviously Leicester was a bit of an anomaly anyway, so that's not really that bad. No one was ever claiming that Leicester team was going to win the league the season after. No one expected that. And today's game, we put out a defence of a 19-year-old Nico Williams, a 19-year-old Reece Williams, and early 20s, probably 22, 23, Nathaniel Phillips and Andy Robertson. So, that defence ain't great, has it? It's got absolutely no pace whatsoever. Reece Williams and Nathaniel Phillips couldn't run 100 metres in under 20 seconds, I doubt. Nico Williams ain't the fastest either. And midfield 3 was Milner, Wijnaldum and Keita. Now, whenever I see Naby Keita in the starting 11 for Liverpool, I'm instantly thinking, oh, God. Keita's one of those players that only plays well when the team's playing well. And those are not the players you want at a club. Like in your starting 11, especially. If you're having them on the bench, then yeah, that's all right then. But yeah, he's not the type of player who's going to change a game, is he? And the front 3 today was Shaqiri, who I thought was poor. He had a very good free kick effort, but apart from that, he didn't play great. Salah was probably the most at fault for the goal. He took far too much time on the ball in his own box. And it was a fair play to Mario Lemina. It was a great finish to take it off Salah and take the shot early and catch Alisson out. And he put it right in the bottom corner as well, so Alisson had effectively no chance. And Jota, to be fair, he's just returning from injury, and he nearly scored one of the goals of the season, a left-foot volley from the very edge of the area on the right-hand side. It would have been a goal of the season contender, but Areola made a very good save. There was a penalty shout for Liverpool in the second half, but Sky didn't replay it, so I don't really know much about it. But to be fair to Fulham, they were very unlucky last week with a penalty shout, weren't they? And to be fair, so were Liverpool in the week with the one against Chelsea, where Kante turned into an NBA player for about 10 seconds. And yeah, it was a brilliant performance by Fulham, to be fair. When I saw their lineup come out and they had 4, they were playing 4 players that can arguably play striker. They were playing Cavallero and what's his name, Josh Maja down the middle, so they were effectively the front 2. And on the right-hand side, they played Bobby Deckard over Reed, who's already scored against Liverpool this season, and it was a very good goal. And Ademola Lookman, who we all know about from his time at Everton and Leipzig. And, all of those players have quite a lot of pace. It's sort of like a FIFA Ultimate Team dream, isn't it? Those four, and up against our defence, I wasn't confident. And to be fair to Fulham, in the first half it could have been 2 or 3, and in the second half they just didn't really need to attack, because I mean, if you defend well against Liverpool, you don't even need to attack, because Liverpool aren't going to break you down at the moment. Sadio Mane had a good looping header that he was unfortunate with when he came off the bench. It hit the post, and I don't know anymore. Like, I don't know what Klopp's plan is now, because from the lineup he put out today, there was 7 changes to the team that played Chelsea. I don't know if that's because of how small our squad is, we've had to play pretty much every single game with the same lineup recently, except from obviously the 2 centre halves, and Ozan Kabak was injured today, and it might even be that the Premier League's not a priority for him anymore, and I'm worried about when we play Leipzig, because we're 2-0 up, and we're at Anfield, and we're awful at Anfield at the moment. So I'm a bit worried about that. Wouldn't surprise me if we don't go through in the Champions League at this rate. And then if we somehow lose 3-0 or 3-1 even, that puts Leipzig through, doesn't it? If we lose by that amount, then that's our season over, isn't it, really? Because we're out of all the competitions except the Premier League, which, I mean, nothing really to fight for. And yeah, and I see a lot of Liverpool fans saying Jurgen Klopp out. Get a brain. Just like, you do. A lot of people, I think, when their team goes through, this mostly applies for teams in the Big Six, by the way. I'm not like, because teams in the Big Six, they have. I'm not trying to be xenophobic, but a lot of teams have foreign fans, right, who don't really go to the games. They'll support the club who are doing the best, and then when that club drop off a bit, they'll start supporting them less and start supporting another team more, like Man City or someone. I'm not saying all Man City fans are plastic by any means. Man City have a great fan base, to be fair, and it is wrong how people say that Man City have no fans. But I think they see what happened with Arsenal Fan TV and the whole Wenger out or Wenger in thing, and they just want this. They want to be able to just shout Klopp out, or just shut up, and they're saying Gerrard in just because he's like, fair enough, he's done a brilliant job at Rangers, but you don't sack a manager just because there's a manager who's doing well, who you could potentially employ as your manager. Because Jurgen Klopp has been absolutely fucking brilliant for us. So, no, I completely want him to stay on. There's not even a doubt in my mind that I want him sacked or anything like that. But anyway, yeah. Fulham have taken a big step to survival, because now they're on the same points as Brighton and only a point behind Newcastle, I believe. So it is tight for that. I think West Brom and Sheffield are really in the mud a bit, but that last relegation place, it's like all of the teams have got something to fight for in the probably between Burnley, Brighton, Newcastle, and Fulham, isn't it? I think Burnley should easily stay up, but between Brighton, Newcastle, and Fulham, they've got to fight for it. And Fulham have got a tough run of games after this, so it's a really good job that they have won today, because I think they are going to struggle for results in the next few weeks because of the calibre of team they're about to play. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.